So I graduated, got my first job in Manhattan. First day, I'm commuting into the city on Long Island Railroad. I am flat as could be. Kind of can't figure it out. I'm like, this is the first day of the rest of my life, new career
Yeah,
starting,
yeah.
just embarking on new horizons. And I feel nothing. So I go in there, I'm introduced to various associates, bosses. I'm given a task about 11 a.m. And literally, next thing I know, I wake up, my head was in my hand. I'm like, whoa, I get up. I had gotten introduced. The guy that was next to me, who was kind of just above me, was not a guy that I hit it off with too well. So I go
Yeah.
talk to another kid in another cubicle who seemed great. I'm like, hey, bro, you like this stuff? He's like, fuck no, I hate it. I'm like, there's no way I'm sitting in a cubicle the next 30, 35 years of my life, making no difference to anyone.
Yeah.
No one's going to know whether I lived or died other than my close friends and family. So before lunch on my first day, I'm like, already, this career was not for me. And I just went introspective and really started thinking about what I wanted to do in my life.
How old were you? How old were you at that point?
23. I was on a 5 year program for college.
All right, 23. Okay. Anything in between that job and then because you ended up going down to Georgia, which is unique to me. My experience has been people from New York stay in New York, or more specifically Long Island, whatever it is. They figure it out how to stay out there, and so you left.
Yeah, a lot are leaving now, but when I was there, because it's so expensive, a lot of kids back then stayed. But
Yeah.
I was looking. I wanted to apply with the FBI. They were on a federal hiring freeze back in '91. I think it lasted till '97 ish. So when one door closes, another one opens. I was introduced to a buddy's brother of mine. Um, yeah, my buddy's a friend of mine's brother, I should say. He was working for Pan Am. They had gone bankrupt. Delta picked up his welding shop. Delta's headquartered in Atlanta, so they offered everyone a job. You just had to move to Atlanta. He did. He was telling me how much he loved it. It was young, vibrant city. They built it up. The Olympics was this was now in '92, so the Olympics were 4 years from then. He just bought a 3 bed, 2 bath property, half acre, built-in pool, 100 grand. I'm like, yo, bro, I
Yeah.
have to go check it out because I want to
Yeah.
get out of New York anyway. I'll get some police experience, and then when the FBI starts hiring again, I'll go on with them. So
Yeah.
this was September. I went down in November, took all the tests in 1 week, and I was hired the following August of '93. Drove down. I was a recruit for the first 2 months. So what they'll do is they'll hire you. You'll go and do some basic paperwork job in one of the divisions in the department. And then once they have enough people to class up, you guys start your academy class, which we did in early November, and then got out in probably mid-April.
That's actually a good idea. Usually they just keep you hanging until they fill the class, but that's actually not a bad way. It gets you going. I
Yeah, and
will
it
say
keeps guys out of
this.
trouble, I think.
I will say this. I'm seeing some similarities between us because I was in banking for Wachovia, and then they got bought out by Wells Fargo, and they booted everybody. And I was like, I'm either going to join the military or the FBI. And I went to the FBI. Not around. It was a little bit later, but they were also in a freeze. And the recruiter said, you need to boost up your resume. You need to get a master's degree, and you should get some law enforcement experience. Funny enough, that led me into working for Hillsborough County. I did get my master's degree. They called me. I ended up going to work. This is all. I'm just giving you the summary version. 5 years with the Hillsborough County Sheriff. I left, went to the FBI. I made it 9 weeks. They didn't like my push-ups. I've already talked about it on the show. But it's interesting to hear some of the similarities because you were like, oh, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna get some law enforcement experience. That's exactly what I did.
Yep. Yeah, it's amazing the way it works out. Very
so
similar paths.
yeah, no, it's interesting. So how long were you in it? Atlanta, maybe I'm confusing the two. Atlanta PD is different than Suffolk County. That
Oh, yeah, Suffolk is back in New York. So I was Atlanta from August of '93 until on the books November of '03. I left there
okay?
actually in October '03. Went back to New York, and I got hired with Suffolk County PD, which, looking back now, I don't know if I should have made the move. They were pretty much the highest paid job in the nation. My family was back in New York. We weren't tight by any stretch of the imagination, but I was trying to be the good son,
Yeah.
go back by my family. I'd started a police fire hockey team in Georgia and Atlanta that became pretty big. We raised like 160 grand in 3 years. We had become a 501c. We had like a $40,000 a year budget. We had hosted FDNY in April '02 after 9/11 and after our Thrashers game. There was like 8 to 10,000 people that stayed. I mean, it was actually a great, great team and just a great venture. So I missed that greatly when I left, but I did what I did and moved back to New York in '03.